so I'm looking at 47. Wait, 48.
Ah, Dan.
Hello.
And I'm using my first fate point of the night. Passed.
Okay. So we're gonna give you. We're just gonna let you roll perception flat at this point because if you recall, Ojean's injured. Ojean took a hit in addition to the fact that he was already missing.
That's right.
And the hat.
Also... Oh, all right, Bob.
I like how you contemplated for a second there, putting the headphones on over the hat.
Yeah, I can't really use these headphones with the hat.
Sweet hat.
All right, here comes my roll for Ojean trying to find stuff. What cybernetics you can find in the dead mercenaries. Fuck. Using my second fate point of the night already. Down to 1 left. And I'm going to lower that by 30, so I pass with flying colors.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, it takes a little bit of doing out there, but out beyond the two sort of, like, gatehouses that the two, like, servants' quarters that were out there, you spot one of the guys who took a hit in the torso and left his, like, it looks like he's got a cybernetic, from the shoulder down, this guy was cybernetic. It doesn't look fully super duper top of the line amazing, but this seems way more than serviceable. It seems very, very, very adequate for somebody who lives by the gun.
All right, so I'm going to like run on over to this guy and basically start giving it like a 1 up and down analytics. I want to know like what he's got, how, like I basically want to start stealing his parts and knowing about his parts.
Okay, so this guy only has like the cybernetic, guy only has the 2 cybernetic arms, and from what you can tell, it seemed like he was pretty healthy before that. There doesn't seem to be evidence of any injuries that necessitated having these mechanical parts installed. The mechanical arms themselves are powered by some sort of external battery that you spot on his hip. Like dude's wearing his phone charger. And it seems like they have, just from your cursory glance, and having worked with this all the time, it looks like it's quick. Looks like something where you might, on a good roll, get to have a surprise draw and fire.
Ooh.
All right,
like
so
if you rolled...
What about his legs?
This guy doesn't have cybernetic legs, but one of the other dudes you can see has it from the knees down, and it doesn't look particularly amazing, but it's not a peg leg. It looks articulated, but it looks meant to sort of be
so
in place.
There's supplies out here for
yeah, there's enough that you can scrabble together between the 2 mecha servitors that were out there and these guys that you could put something together. You wanted the upper torso is going to look pretty good in terms of performance, the arm. Get that attached and rolling.
All right, well, first things first, I'm going to try and take this mechanical arm off of this dude. And you know what? Let's get a little weird. I'm going to bring both and just see what I can do back there.
All right, give me your Medicaid roll here.
All right, so here we go. My Medicaid is plus 50. Between Superior Chirurgeon, I wrote it down somewhere why it's so high.
Gene, and a med kit.
Yeah, med kit. So it's at plus 40. Yeah, I'm at plus 50. So I'm rolling against a 93 here. Don't get cocky. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
All right, so there's this moment when time stops for you because you're going through your routine disconnecting of the cybernetic implants and interfacing, and you hear the and you see the telltale blue smoke come up of a fried electronic, and you're like, oh god, no.
Just fuck the whole thing up.
As you continue to dig deeper into this, you realize, thank God, this was just a part that you can get anywhere. You could drag this out of a light fixture if you wanted to. Click more.
All right, so I want to rush back to the mansion with this. I also want to try and take the guy's cybernetic leg off, the one that would match Paul's leg that's wounded, just for the fuck of it.
All right, yeah. Give me your roll, boyo.
That one, Pat, that was easier.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that one's no trouble for you. You managed to disconnect the guy's cybernetic leg, and it looks like all the interfacing is still intact. You'd probably might need to put Mr. Castle under if you're thinking of attaching this amputation without anesthetics and stuff.
Oh, he's bringing up a lot of good points, Paul. Shit.
Put me under. Hit me in the head with something.
I wonder if my
that might be detrimental.
Hold on. No. My Obscura, if given in a non-combat situation,
Oh boy,
puts you under. It doesn't make you freak out.
Can you
cite
sit next
that?
to me? Yeah,
No,
you're
I
gonna
can.
need to.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I remember this because I was nervous about the Obscura not being worth anything, and then I realized that if you're in a combat situation, it makes you freak out. All right, hold on. Dark Heresy.
All right, while you go look that up, let's jump to the away team with Kyle and Dan, who have managed to acquire a working form of transportation outside the your walled confines here, and are rumbling out amidst the chaos towards.
Rumble.
Yeah, Dan is driving. 'Cause Kyle's a senior citizen, rumbling out to towards the one of the bunkers that you know is unoccupied currently, but will probably have.
Better be unoccupied.
Ars, why don't you give me just a D100 roll here? Is there anything that you guys need to discuss or go over before you get to this place? Or anything you guys need to hash out in character?
So I guess I would want to say to Wesley, what's our course of action here? We're gonna get some images of the tower in the center of the continent. We'll restock on supplies, but do the others know about our
Secret
plan
love.
of going for a spaceport? What did you say?
Secret love.
Don't be jealous, man.
They'll know soon.
It's Grimdark Lemon Party coming up.
Dan, are you referring to Paul and Brawny? Like, do Paul and Brawny know the plan?
Yeah, I guess we talked about it in the email chain, but like, before I got here, was there any discussion of like, once we get the supplies, what we were going to do, or do we still need to kind of pitch that plan to them?
I'm pretty sure it was agreed upon that the plan is get resupplied, get some form of transport, and yeah, head out of Destinar, because you've got that other inquisitorial team who are going to be waiting an hour.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's all, like, if we're on the same page about that, then I feel like the only thing I would ask is just, what kind of supplies are you looking for?
I'm gonna like shake out a scroll with all of the things on it. And like,
P&V ammo, no sticks, pornography.
You have a bag to carry on it?
yeah.
Is Kyle coming in like his sound coming in before his video for anybody else?
I wasn't looking.
I was not looking.
Try
You're
talking
talking
about
about you're talking about me, Bushik?
He looks synced up to me.
Man, it might just be me. All right, what? P&V ammo is going to be a little bit more difficult than just like, hey, here's some bullets, because those things are custom. I know you've been hanging on to some of your casings and stuff, but this is something where you're going to have to.
What about one of those like?
Yeah, do some
loading
gunsmithing
machines?
work.
Can you steal one of these?
They're pretty heavy.
Did you see how jacked I am?
That's true. You are a pretty like muscular manlet.
That's why they call me Eminem.
We'll take a look for it when we get there. But I believe, yeah, some of the other guys were asking for just a couple of armaments, not anything crazy, but enough to hold them over.
Yeah, we actually have a list, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling up that email.
What's the email for? What are we looking for?
Just the
Supplies
list of
that
what
I'm
to
gonna get in the
acquire
bunker.
in the bunker.
PMV ammo, shotgun shells, glow sticks, castle-sized body parts, Medicaid stuff to fix Ogene, hallucinogenic stuff. That was about it.
All right.
I don't know what ours wants. Wesley would take like a pistol or something like that if we found one.
If you can find anything just to give me, I'll take it. Like it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about making Paul into like a transhuman fucking cyborg combat monster.
Extra limbs, like
You drive me around. Climb inside me, Bronny.
We're gonna need
God,
to put wheels on Paul so that Wesley can ride him.
it's gonna be one of those campaigns, is it?
Oh, Kyle, you don't need wheels to ride me.
All right, Dan,
Nice.
I'm about to have you
Nice.
make a whole shitload of rolls once you guys get to the.
Okay.
When you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
are out,
looking- Go
you guys
ahead.
are out like rumbling your way through the city and all. Like it is absolute chaos out there in the not implicating beyond reality sort of way. But I mean, it is. Everything's firing on everything else. There's a lot of fresh corpses all over the place. Things are falling out of the sky. Other things are taking off. It's a scramble, and it's just clouds of dust over in the horizon. Thankfully, your bunker is a little bit away from the core, so things calm down considerably once you start getting away from the 4s and the 8s. It's not as sought after. Like, why would you rush in there and be like, give me all the budget shit you got?
Right.
So once you get away from that central area, you notice, like, here. There's still the echoing kabooms from the center area, but, like, out here, there's nothing. No people in the streets. I mean, there's plenty of vehicles and stuff. I mean, there's vehicles, like, midway through the intersection that just never finish their turn. Yeah, everybody and everything's just gone. Just everybody got up and walked away. So you are able to find it's a nondescript condominium build. It's not quite run down. It's actually kind of nice. But yeah, you roll in there. Your code still works. Beep boop beep. The back wall of the garage opens up, and you take your little. I imagine that you've got like a little kind of a nicer car, because you got it in like the 8s. You guys kind of hot wired this. Ogene Kadofi had to talk you through it, but yeah, you guys have got your whatever it is down the ramp into like this small parking area. The lights come on, illuminating a pretty good sized spot down there. Heavily fortified, nice and armored. Lights coming to life off in the distance. All right, let's go. First, Dan, just give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Oh, awful.
All right. So once you get down there, it's just like it looks like there were bays where other vehicles should be stored, but these things are just empty now. So right now, you're the only people home. No signs of current inhabitation.
Okay. So I'm going to turn to Wesley and be like, I think we're alone here, but be on your guard. You can never be too careful.
I hope you're right.
All right, so you start setting about. Wesley, why don't you just give me a D100 roll? This is a 50-50 chance, up or down.
Woo!
Damn.
Oh.
Damn. Okay. We gotta.
Nice.
can't not
P and V
move more than-
bullets just start raining from the sky.
Yeah, there's an extra P and V connected to an arm.
It's a P and V sprinkler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like you've seen this place. Wesley, when you sought out the other team, you saw through their mind and saw this place. You got a pretty good look through, you got to rummage through their brains a good bit. And you saw this place and you know that somewhere in this place there's a set of keys for something airborne.
Ooh. All right.
You don't know quite what yet.
Okay,
but-
so I'm going to turn to ours.
You haven't been here before by any chance, have you?
Not this bunker, but I know of its location, but I've never been here before.
I have a hunch that we need to find a pair of keys.
Keys for what?
Transport.
And Wesley's just going to start like opening drawers and like looking under things.
Yeah, it looks like the place that you guys found was sort of the vehicular maintenance place. So there's lots of like tool chests, a whole lot of spare parts for vehicles and like vehicular armor and stuff like that. What are you like A-teaming or something?
I want to stock up on all that stuff and let Kadofi turn Paul into an all-terrain vehicle.
Oh man!
Oh shit!
Into a freaking hot rod.
So badly.
I'm
ATK.
guys, serious
you know?
question. Is this like a direction we want to be going with this? Like I know the joke is like we're gonna take the Paul cart out for a spin.
Well,
But are we really going to like go heavy on the cybernetics with Paul here?
So okay. Now we're getting a little OOC, but I don't want to make Paul into a car, but I would like to cybernetic Paul up a little bit. You know, just give him a little kick.
So
And
in XCOM, there's a thing that you can do to your soldiers to allow them to wear this massive cybernetic suit. That thing that you need to do to them is chop off their arms and legs. They basically just become like a torso stump lord. And they have like a small, really tiny set of arms and legs that they can wear around. But like then they can put on the big suit and be like those mechs at the end of one of those Matrix movies when
Yeah,
come and attack.
I'm looking at it.
Exo Squad. Bushik, is there anything in there that Wesley might be able to use to aid him getting around? Like a power cane, a power walker.
Give me a perception check at -10 because that's really oddly. Be nice. There's plenty of raw material here, enough that like since this is kind of their fabrication station for stuff, like there's tons of just bits of stuff hanging around. Enough for you to find something that you could easily bend into a one is going to take some doing. It seems as though there is some slight suspensor material, some like low caliber suspensor stuff. It's probably something you could work into a harness, but you're going to need to get a hold of Kadofi to see what kind of parts you can get for this.
Okay, so
Like you get the sense
On the
that you
table.
could put one of these
Yeah.
together with what's here, but you need the big guy to let you know, like, don't forget to grab the space buckles
yeah,
and the
I want to
RGB fans.
table this because I think we're going to be departing. So we're going to have to. We'll take material. We'll take stuff back to Smiley Base, and then bring everybody at Smiley Base back here to leave. Right? Is that the kind of transport we're going to have?
Yeah, or can we just like load stuff up into the transport, go back to
That's what I'm
supplies
thinking.
with it, and then bounce out from there?
Well, it's going to
I'm
be
not
a
sure.
question of, is that transport here? Is that transport here? Because any sort of aeronautical transport will probably be held at the spaceport. Okay. Tell you what, let us come back to that in a few minutes. Right now, what I need
Mhm.
ours to do is, ours, what's your current, like, what's the thing that you're hunting?
So I think me personally, I don't really need items as much as I want information. So I want to find a computer that I can use to get access to the sat link to get pictures of that tower in the center of the continent. I want to get us like
Okay.
high-res maps. So
Yeah, I mean, this thing, everything's already booting up, and it just takes a minute because it's old material and you need to print. But it asks for your inquisitorial ID.
I can pop that mother card right in there. Beep boop boop.
Yeah, I
boop.
think you guys do have that. You guys have like the full bit.
Beep boop.
Yeah. Okay. So, give me a perception check here.
Wow.
All right, a 58 out of 40. And then just a
That's
D100
not
roll
that
down.
bad.
Lower is better. These two, I'll coin flip it when the time comes. All right, so you log into the computer. There's a whole host of stuff you can do here that like tech priest that was on the other team seems to really be interlinked. Thankfully, you're familiar with the satellite system because you guys worked that before. You recognize it. Pull it up, and it might take a minute or so for the satellite to swing over the area you want it to. But
Okay.
you're definitely in place to get the info you're looking for. High-res sat maps.
Now, while I'm in the system, once I get the maps, can I use the terminal to locate some kind of spacefaring transport?
Oh, I
Do they
like
have, like,
it.
Do they have like beacons or something I can use to track it down?
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you back out of that menu while you're waiting for the satellite to get overhead, and you go through and you pull up sort of like the word I want, like vehicular inventory, motor pool.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so not only are you able to find an aeronautical transport, you do see that they're tracked. Like,
Okay.
flat and long, boop. There's a couple of them around, but the majority of them are centered either in an area in the 4s where you aren't, like there's one there, and then the rest of them are at the spaceport.
Okay. Can I get like a printout of those coordinates, or put them on my data slate? Do we even use paper in the grimdark future?
No, you're a paperless society. You're not barbarians.
All right, man, put them on the data slate.
Come on.
Yeah, you've got a data slate, so you,
Digital printout.
We are environmentally friendly here in Warhammer 40.
yeah, of course. As everything is like belching plumes of smoke. Give me a tech use test here, Dan.
All right.
Meanwhile, ours, you trying to gather some bits here. Are you trying to get in contact with Mr.
Did anyone else
Mr.
hear that?
Kadofi?
Yeah, I heard that. I thought it was you.
Yeah.
That was my tech use.
It was it Maggie?
It might have been my neighbors or just somebody walking down the block.
Oh.
35 out of 33. Okay. So you could swear you saw something on your screen. Like, as you were just flipping through stuff, like, you could swear there was something there for just a second, but you scrolled too far past it, and even though you went back to take a peek, there was nothing there that, like, your spidey senses were tingling.
Do I have a sense of like something as if like something on the satellite feed or something weird about the vehicle list or
You got the idea that like there was something that just struck a wrong note with you about using the terminal. Like it could have been satellite feed, it could have been the motor pool downloading to your data slate, like a whole host of things that could go wrong here, right? But you just got this sense that like something was a little off.
Is Wesley nearby?
Yeah, Wesley's within earshot.
I'm going to turn to him and be like, Wesley, you getting any weird vibes right now?
I hadn't. I've been absorbed in my search. Let me
I can't
stop
put a
for
finger
moment.
on it, but just working on this terminal, something didn't feel right.
All right, so I'm gonna put my hand on the terminal.
On Ars's left butt cheek.
Do it.
I'm gonna pat ours on the
find
butt.
out.
Firm and supple.
And yeah, I'm gonna take my focus power test here. Oop, wrong button. And I failed. I'll fate point it down to a passing grade.
Remind me again, is it doubles?
It is double. But if I fate point it down,
It's not doubles.
It's not doubles if you.
But does doubles come first? What's the order of operations?
Well, let's see. Is the Emperor with you? 1d10. 6 up,
Ooh.
you gotta roll it. 5
go.
down, you don't.
oh geez. All right,
I think I have
it's
these
just
tables
D100.
imported.
it's D100, right?
Yeah, it's a psychic phenomena, right?
Oh boy.
Oh, here we fucking.
Summon the terminal
I have
demon.
this one as a table, so we can roll it.
He's gonna get
If
sucked
you
into
go
the warp.
to the
This
collection
campaign just
like
got
tab
interesting, boys.
along the top, one of
You
those
said the
ones.
cog?
It's next to the
Oh
cog.
wait. Hit lock, psychic phenomena. Here we go. Nice.
Oh boy.
Okay. No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. You're a little winded for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask
Why
Julian
not?
how his fucking psychic phenomenon went.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
So all right. So you did fade it down successfully.
Yeah. And
You
I've
did
got
your
to
coalesce power. Which power are you manifesting?
winding fate. Yeah, really lucky number 7 here. Yeah, I wanna do like a quick look to see if anything funny just happened to Ars's data slate or this terminal, and if I don't find anything, I want to probe a little bit deeper,
Okay.
further back in time.
Give me a
Potato salad.
show me potato salad. This is just going to be sort of a. Is there like a psychic perception test that isn't Psyniscience? Psyniscience is detect psychic happening.
I most of Wesley's like powers are that kind of thing. There's warp perception, although this isn't necessarily warp moment
Yeah, why don't you just like give me a perception test
perception
plus
test.
20? You're so versed in.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
Oh boy, it's not a good night for the rolls.
Yeah.
So it looks
Lots
like
of
Chariot
sevens.
has had something to do with the security of this bunker, and it is.
I'm fading this
pretty-
down.
Oh, you are?
It down. I'm fading it down.
Hey, but Chariot's good, but you're better.
Oh,
Oh, you keep the fate. I thought you
Nice.
just D100
Let me
at a
check.
10. Beautiful.
I think I keep it on a 1. I keep it on a 1. Damn it.
Do you?
Yeah.
So
Almost.
you can tell that there was something funky that just happened with his terminal. However, it wasn't related.
Right.
Just get this image of eyes.
Okay.
Ours are definitely being watched, but I don't sense any chaotic forces at work here.
It's probably Chariot. Watches and she can see what we're searching, or watches and she knows which bunker we're at.
I don't know.
Maybe both.
All
I'm
right,
not
well,
sure.
You want to give me a tech use test? If you're looking for, tell you what. Just give me a tech use test. Flat.
Me or
Yeah, Dan.
flat? Jesus.
I mean, you're not like an awesome.
I feel like I'm just
Roll to
hitting
begin
the
with.
terminal with a fucking hammer. That's like my tech use ability right now.
Well, I mean, you never had to work with that. You just kind of worked with like numbers and books and stuff. Like,
This
you
computer
never had to
has
like.
a lot of buttons.
Yeah, like you never had to dig into this stuff before. It's like trying to do, it's like trying to talk Brawny through like a technical support problem.
Hey, wait a second.
I resemble that remark.
It's basically impossible. So I mean, like you're hitting the arrow keys and looking around and like nothing is like you don't stumble upon suddenly a webcam like image of Chariot being like, oh. But you definitely do take a post-it from nearby and put it over the webcam.
Yeah.
Take that, FBI.
Got him.
All right. Well, if
But yeah,
we're
you
being watched,
continue-
Wesley, we gotta make this quick.
You continue your download of the manifest like auto stuff is complete, and it looks like the satellite is where you guys want it to be. So you switch to that feed, and damn if there isn't a tower there. But there's a whole lot of other stuff there too. There's a lot of like ruins and buildings, and you know the telltale architecture of the city that you're in. And if it
What?
I knew there would be a tower there, but all this other construction, that I wasn't expecting. We can sort through this later. We need to get what we need, and we gotta get out of here.
I agree.
All right, so ours, you are just sheer luck of opening stuff. Happen across a set of keys.
And do they look familiar to me in my brain space?
Yeah, you know that these are the keys for the aeronautical craft that you're searching for.
These
Your
are the keys
vision
for the
of this-
aeronautical craft we're searching for, ours.
That
Your
seems
vision
pretty
of it-
convenient.
Like once you guys get back, you'll probably be able to narrow down which of the vehicles it is on your list here.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
To be honest, like that's one of the ways I figured you guys would find it if you like went to the airport or
Key
something.
fob.
All right.
All
let's
right,
get the
so you
keys.
unplug the data slate, throw a whole bunch of stuff that you hope is going to be useful in trying to help ours be more ambulatory into the back of the car and sink down.
We get guns and ammo.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me
Ew.
Let's put this one on Paul. Paul, why don't you give
Oh.
me a D100 roll? We're gonna go under a 30 for there to be the appropriate equipment.
Oh, you really
fate
fucked
point
us, Paul.
I'm gonna fate point it.
Gonna re-roll fate point that.
Yep.
You're getting action figure legs now.
Teeny little legs.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
you
Bunker
broke it again.
explodes.
What's wrong with the rolls tonight?
Do I have to
missile
use
legs.
another fate point?
I mean, all that's
I'm
all that's
doing
going
it.
to happen here. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Paul can't catch
This
up
isn't
for
going to be
rage.
like the rest of your ammo in your pocket detonate. But it's that this place is for vehicular repair. They just don't have what you're looking for here that's going to be needed to reload the P&V round.
Sorry, Paul.
Hear
Maybe if
that?
one of us was
So we
there.
can,
What?
Loud.
Oh,
Sorry,
we
man.
forgot.
make a farm a wheel.
Good.
Yeah. Apple cider parts?
Worse. Anyway,
Oh God.
you've got everything that you're pretty much going to need from here. You tried to get a hold of the other guys, but this is like a really secure underground bunker, and none of your transmissions are going out. A little too wary of plugging into their like network to try and get a hold of it.
Naturally.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
You put everything in your nice car, load it up as much as you can, and set on back out of there. Meanwhile, back at Smiley Base, what's going on?
All right, so I walk into the room, me and OG, and just kind of like drop these cybernetics with like gooey, bloody parts still on them on the floor in Castle's room. And I'm going to look at Castle and I'm going to go, now, Castle, I understand this may seem very extreme, but I think we can make some very big improvements on you in a very short amount of time. Now, usually there is you learn about your new limbs and you have to go under and there's all sorts of stuff. But I think if you just, kind of really fast forward through this, we can work together and cybernetic you up, right now.
All right, Doc. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Is my video dead?
Do me up. I
It's
can
just
see
to
you
me,
live.
apparently.
Okay.
So after this like set of interactions, 5 owl.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of be like I said. All right. Sorry, Paul. Continue.
No, I just kind of said I'll take your word for it.
Are you
Okay.
for this? Like, you grasp the full implications of what he's telling you?
Well, look, my arm is not there, right?
I mean, it might as well not be.
And my right leg is pretty effed as well.
It'd be healed.
We don't have time for that shit. God damn it.
I need a right arm to shoot people effectively.
And what if I told you, my friend,
Or does I need a right arm?
that I could give you a right arm? It could even have a gun built in it someday. We could get really crazy creative here.
That sounds like the coolest thing I've ever heard of.
Okay, good. I am glad you're on board with this.
Do it, Doc.
The hardest part is going to be the recovery and the actual surgery because usually
That's both parts. Those are the only two parts.
The hardest part's going to be the whole thing.
I'm trying to make this easy for you, guy.
The hardest part's going to start now and will be over in a few years.
Oh, man.
So now listen to me.
You have great bedside manner.
I'm not a trained
It's
doctor.
going to hurt a lot.
You're probably going to be disfigured for life. But the best part is this: it's not guaranteed to work.
I really hope that Castle's character goes through a transformation and becomes even darker after going through this horrific experience.
He's just like a
Amazing.
cigarette and a set of like robot legs that walks around.
We'll
Okay,
see.
listen to me, Castle. Normally, this is done in a very, very specific setting with very, very specific tools and assistance. But Ojin and I have done this before. We should be able to figure this out ourselves, right, Ojin? Yes. So, I'm going to give you some doses of Obscura. I have the site,
Whoa.
by the way. I have my on page
Citation.
A second.
On
What's
page 173. Look, Paul, what are you gonna do? Bite a fucking piece of wood while I fucking cut your arm off and put a
no,
new
this is in character. He's like, well, I've seen you give that to people before. I'm not sure that's gonna help.
Yes, no. You are thinking of the hallucinogenic side effects, but if administered properly, this is just going to put you into a dreamlike state. You're going to drift away, and you're going to wake up with brand new arm, brand new leg.
All right. Well, let's do this then.
I'm sorry, but we have no time to really be talking about this because you have no time to heal, and we have a terrible situation on our hands. So, okay, Ojin, begin surgery prep.
Eugene pulls
Eugene
on
goes
8
over to the
tiny
sink
little
and
rubber
starts, like-
gloves.
Yeah, dipping his things in the sink and then holding them up.
Yeah.
All right. So Bushik, I am no medical expert, but so just so you know, on page 173, Obscura says that Obscura users enter a dreamlike state for 1d5 hours. If required to engage in combat, consider them under the effects of a hallucinogen grenade. That's been my loophole to be using it as a hallucinogen grenade this whole time.
Probably still going to hurt some. You're gonna have to do some tougher tests because you're not in the hospital.
All of my dreams are about pain anyway.
All right, so it is. We're going for it. We're giving him the chopperoni.
I'm gonna give him the old voodoo chop treatment.
Are you amputating all of his limbs?
No. I'm going to start with his right arm because that's the one that's fucked up. So we're going to see how successful this is, and then we're going to go from there.
Okay.
All right. So first things first, I want to make this fast because I don't want to make this scene the whole session. I want to tie him down to whatever bed we got him on. With like a bunch of straps and shit, so he can't fucking move and fucking jiggle.
You can put the straps on.
Yeah, put the straps on. I'm gonna basically tell him like, okay, look, we're going to replace your arm. I'm going to do my best job to make it all work right away, but it's going to take some getting used to. There's a lot of physical therapy that most people have to do, but you're just going to have to kind of roll with this.
I mean, my arm is gone. I don't have a choice.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Let's do it.
Okay, Ojin. All right, let's just fucking do it.
Ojean's like front half just opens up to just a whole bunch of tools. Right in the middle is a saw.
Awesome. All right,
Comes down on his arm.
I'm gonna give him a dose of Obscura out of my mechadendrite, so I'm marching one off.
Which is a snake.
Which now stay calm.
Yeah, don't worry. Slap, saw.
All right, I just took a dose of Obscura out of the snake, and I've given it to Paul. Paul enters a dreamlike state for 1d5 hours.
Should I roll that?
You're going to need to give me a toughness test at double your toughness.
All right, my toughness is 100. No, it's 43.
Oh,
So,
43.
yeah.
86. Awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Good lord.
I have to use my last fate point.
No, you don't. I want you to fail the toughness test.
What?
Sure about that?
Everyone's a misfit.
Oh, Brownie's getting in trouble.
No. All right. Yeah, Paul, if you fail a toughness test, the drug's just going to overtake you.
Oh, this was for the Obscura test?
Yeah, this is me. Well, wait. Bushik? Oh, maybe you would want to fate point it.
I'm gonna fate point it, and should I re-roll it?
Yeah, I mean, minus
Or
30 is
just take-
69. Unless you want a 69.
I'm rolling on 86 though.
Oh, then just fucking go down.
All right, I'm just taking it down 3, and now I'm out of fate points. You happy? You happy now, Bushik?
Hey,
Are
I'm
you
very happy.
I'm good.
You're
I'm glad.
happy. You are happy too, because in your dreamlike state, you do not go into what one would consider a combat situation, as you are pumped full of drugs and sawed into horrifically by a mechanical spider and a backwoods medicae.
I can see how one would find that to be a combat situation.
Instinct takes over in these sorts of situations. Anyway, you are sawing through this thing. You're like trying to stem the flow of blood as best you can, but like there's simply no denying that he's going to lose some blood, especially because you usually rely on Ogene to pinch some of these things shut. He's lacking in. So he is going to experience a modicum of blood loss when all's said and done. But detach the arm and unceremoniously fling it over your shoulder and splat somewhere behind you as you go rummaging through your pile of parts until you find the arm that you. It's one of the ones from a mercenary, and it's definitely combat oriented. It's also got like spots where you could add further upgrades to it. It's not even its final form. You go back over and line in this thing up, and it. All right, give me your Medicaid check at minus 20.
Minus 20? What I do to
Minus
deserve
20.
that?
You're not in a hospital. You are hodgepodging a man's body back together.
Okay, yep, that all makes sense.
Your assistant is. Oh, damn. You were worried for a second there that this arm wasn't going to be the same size as Castle. Like, if he gets an arm that's way too long, he's going to feel real weird trying to reacclimate to. However, your gauge was right on the money, and this thing looks like it's going to be fit for.
Hold on, Bushik. Let's have the scene fade out. Let's have the scene fade out during surgery and come back because the dog's at the shit.
Yep. So this is when these guys pull back into the compound unmolested, and you are performing part 2 of the surgery. Let's take a 5 here. Could somebody re-invite me back into this? About to hang up and read.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. I don't know if it's worked. Yeah, weird. I hit answer and it just nothing happened.
Well, there we go. We're back in business now, baby.
It's going to take a second for my cam to come up because I have it on like 11 extensions. Unless this is coming from my phone. Do I sound markedly different right now?
No, you sound right.
No, we're good.
Yeah, everything seems normal.
All right. Back in
I'll be back.
a couple of minutes. Beep boop.
People.
Ooh, Donaldy Doo.
What's up?
Hi. How's the little guy?
He's good, man. He's better now. He had like diarrhea for like 9 days straight.
Diarrhea.
Which apparently, like, when they're that little, is like not uncommon. We read about some woman whose kid had diarrhea for like a month. And that's just a thing. Fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
Lots of poop. But he's good now.
That's like dead
He's
killy, especially for like little kids, because it's dehydration, like super duper.
Yeah, so fortunately he was still getting enough like liquid that he wasn't dehydrated. But he was pooping through everything.
Gross.
But he's good now. He's starting to like walk around and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh shoot, man.
That's awesome. Baby poop is the worst substance on the planet. Though.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's horrifying.
Dude, he was doing his best castle impression the other day. Hold on a sec.
Well, boy.
How do I do this? Check.
You sending me something?
Is there like a group chat for the video feed? I want to send you guys a picture.
There is.
Where? How do I get to it?
Go to the bottom left. A little
There
like
it is.
icon pops out.
Can I do that? Like,
Just hold your phone up to the camera.
oh yeah, that works.
Nice.
Smoking a green bean.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude, am I not the last one back? That's good.
That's hilarious. Brian, did you get changed?
You wearing a hat?
No, I had this hat on because I had to go outside. Paul, I see you were easily tricked by disguises.
Who is
Shit,
it?
who brought you here?
Oh my God, cat.
Dude, that cat just
Yeah, mine
really
does
wants
that
you to
too.
smell his butt today.
So what's the deal with the kitten?
Kitten?
You have a kitten?
Who got a kitten?
My parents got another kitten.
What?
Turns out we're naming him Potato.
All right, that's pretty good.
It's
That is
very versatile.
Great kitten name.
Call him Tato, Tater Tot. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
All right, boys. Get the show on the road. You guys pull back up to the house in your pretty nice vehicle
Just
and
in
start
time
you
for
like
surgery.
bringing an armload of stuff in to see Kadofi hunched over just a horrific, bloody scene.
Does it look like he's eating Castle? Like we've caught
Like
him
all his-
finally. Yeah.
All his back is turned to you, but when he turns around, he's just absolutely covered in blood, and he thinks nothing of it.
Oh,
The
hello.
leg is
Very
removed.
happy. They're like,
Castle,
finally.
Hello.
I need you to
I'm
give me
glad
a
you are back.
toughness test at double your toughness again.
I was
This
gonna
one
yell at
isn't
them.
nearly as detrimental as the other one, so don't fret too much.
All right. So this is on 86. Thank God.
It
Thank
just has
the
to do with
Emperor.
blood loss. You still suffer you're still going to be suffering a modicum of blood loss, like a small
I
amount.
actually was gonna. Shit. That was gonna be what I wanted to say. So they come in. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, Ars, Weasley, good to see you. What blood type do you happen to both be?"
I'm just gonna see the bloody mess and be like, "What is happening here?"
Our friend Castle may be suffering from some blood loss.
Maybe.
Maybe
He's pale. He's pale.
it would really help if one of you could give some blood. So I don't know if you know it off the top of your head. I can have Ojin test you right now. Ojin, actually, and I'm gonna tell Ojin to go take a quick prick from each of them.
Ojin, who is like before obscured by your massive tentacles and body, rears up on two hind legs, and it's just this nightmarish field of instruments and stuff. Are you guys going to allow this
Wearing
waking
blades
nightmare to
and
come over
drills
and like
needles.
Say,
I promise you he is sterile. I promise you everything I do is in accordance with Imperial medical law.
Ours is gonna be like, I could just tell you it. I know it.
Do you? I don't care. My one cool thing is I'm O negative. Like that's it.
yeah, Wesley's not into this.
I don't have
I
enough
think it was
blood
like
to
kill you,
spare,
Wesley.
Kadofi.
I'm gonna turn back to them in disbelief and be like, "Our comrade here is suffering from blood loss, and both of you are being too selfish to even consider giving me the type of blood you have."
As you're
My
turned around
blood.
saying stuff like, "What are you guys doing?" There's still blood like blop, 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 out of him.
I'm pretty sure Wesley's blood would it would make Castle's body age more rapidly. Like it'd be like what's the term? Blood therapy.
Ours will donate some blood. We'll do
I
all-
want to know what I need to know what blood type ours is. And I need to know what blood type Paul is. I should know what blood type Paul or Castle is by now.
Ours is A positive.
IRL.
Tell you what,
I'm
boys.
O positive.
Yeah, just
Give
do
me-
whatever your IRLs
Yep,
are.
give me a D100 roll each. If you guys are within 30 of each other compatible.
Oh boy. All right.
I like it.
I can dig it. That's pretty cool.
What did he get?
58. So we've gone, it's up to 88 and down to 28. That's your window that you want to roll in.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
Look at that, man.
Can't get much better than that. That's
My
pretty
blood
close.
was in your veins.
Your blood was meant to be splattered across the wall behind you.
All right. So
Saving your life, man.
he says ours
True.
says does ours say he's A positive or whatever the
Yeah,
Imperial?
I'll say I'm A positive.
All right. So I'll say I'll be like, "Oh, perfect. You are absolutely compatible. Please come here, just for a minute."
All right. Is that Spider gonna do this, or is it gonna be you?
No, I
Well,
am.
honestly,
wait,
maybe
hold on.
you. That's
The movie
Spider gonna
scene.
do
The movie scene would be me like, "No, I am," and the snake like bites him and then starts sucking blood.
it.
But
Dan rolls a new character.
Oh no, there's only one proper way.
Snake.
Yeah, via the snake.
yes. Oh man, no, we can't. We don't have time for this,
Oh, man.
unfortunately. All right. So basically, I want to be like, just give me a second. I'm sure I've got some sort of mechadendrite within my tentacles that can
Yeah,
like.
I
put
mean,
up the
like
head and hook
you've got some sort of stuff on hand for you to just like draw blood here, put blood there, draw blood here, and put blood there. Comically large syringe.
Turkey baster.
Yeah, Dan, you're we don't want to go find like some potato chips or like a nice orange. Relax a little.
Yeah.
Dan, give me a toughness test at -10.
Do you need Obscura to get you through this?
I'm sorry, +10.
Toughness at +10.
Yeah.
Brony, hang on to that Obscura, man. That stuff's useful.
Yeah, I shouldn't
On
be.
top of shit. Look at that.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, you don't even feel lightheaded. You're a little bit pale, but otherwise you're like, yeah, whatever. You're like flexing to watch the blood go in faster. I don't even know if that's how that works. Anyway, yep. Blood transfusion, fine. We're going to negate the potential effects of blood loss on Paul in the near future. The amputation is successful. The attachment, the cybernesis.
Question. So, bionic arm, if I'm reading bionic replacements and cybernetics correctly, was this a poor, good, or best craftsmanship arm?
Definitely not best, because best would be reserved for things like Magos. Whatever. This would be good craftsmanship.
Paul, congratulations. You have +10 bonus on your agility tests. Requiring
arm.
from that arm with delicate manipulation. It's very specific, but it's actually literally I'm reading it off the rules.
You're
Okay, so
real
I
good
have-
at Frogger.
I have what? Plus 10?
You've +10 on agility tests that require delicate manipulation with that arm specifically. So next time
You're a new surgeon.
yo,
You
Paul,
could be a new
You can, like,
surgeon.
you're gonna be so good at fingering chicks.
Nice.
I was going for a one-handed Rubik's Cube, but yeah, sure, okay.
I'll take it.
The leg is just normal.
Well, real
Like-
quick, I heard something about Bushik mentioned something about quick draw.
Once you get accustomed to this thing, call it like once you're soul bound to this, it's probably going to take a couple of sessions until your next long rest for you to actually get to sit and like practice with the thing. But we're going to give you a chance, a 1d10 on a 9 or a 10. When we roll initiative, that you get to just draw and fire before anybody even gets to move.
Nice. Excellent. Very cool.
All right, make sure you note that because I'm notoriously bad at remembering this stuff.
It's okay.
All right, we need to start expediting shit here
Sorry.
Mhm.
because we've been doing nothing for too long.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right, leg affixed. Dan still conscious. Everybody's good. You've got a bunch of parts for you to potentially make some sort of a slight grab suspensor to alleviate aging, the aging Wesley here. Is that going to be your next order of business, or are you lending yourself towards the data slate?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a medic guy, so I want to keep Weasley walking along. I'm gonna help him.
Weasley.
Yeah, he said it wrong every time, so.
I'll never
Weasley
remember
before.
that name.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
I don't know why it's so hard, but it's the hardest name to remember ever.
Anyway, you look through the pile of junk that he's gotten. Give me a tech use. That here.
Tech use is intelligence, yeah?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
I'm good. Whew.
pass?
Yeah, just.
All right. It looks like you've got enough here to potentially make some sort of a really jury-rigged suspensor rig. The caveat is, Wesley,
Yes.
if you take a shot to the torso, you're gonna have to do like a 20% chance that this breaks your suspensor rig.
Sure.
So any damage to the torso initiates potential
Yeah.
suspensor rig thing. Now we're not talking Baron von Harkonnen
I was
floating
just gonna
around the
say,
room stuff here.
Nice reference.
Lifting the fat gut up.
But
That's what
this
it
is
was.
going to make you just slightly lighter on your, so that
Yeah,
you don't need
that's
to
fine.
be reliant on a cane.
Yeah, right now Wesley's
Oh.
like teetering on very unstable. So the longer we can stave that off, the better.
Fucking
Nice.
Heelys, man.
Paul, welcome back to the land of the living. You're conscious again.
Wesley's
Thank
going to
you.
be zooming around the mall in no time.
Yeah.
Paul, you are in
That's my
great
computer list.
pain.
Okay. Ow.
I believe it. I believe it.
Oh, this
Boys,
is so
you guys
painful.
got to get rolling here. So let's bust out that data slate and take a look at. Let's examine these keys you got and data slate, motor pool, see exactly what we're working with.
Is there like a serial number on the key that I can match to the list of vehicles?
Perception check or tech use test, whichever you'd like.
I'll do perception. Oh, I'm going to fate point that.
Yeah, you happen to narrow down exactly which one this is. The good news and the bad news. Good news is it's actually kind of sweet. You guys have got something. It's an armed assault vehicle. Think Black Hawk helicopter,
Okay.
Badass.
right?
Is it
So this is usually
spacefaring or
used
is it
for
planetary?
what's that?
Is it spacefaring or
This
just
is-
planetary?
Not spacefaring, but planetary. None of the ones on this list seem to be spacefaring. You're not even sure that they have the capacity. Like on reserve, like they do these. So yeah, you've got something akin to a Black Hawk helicopter. So this is meant to be like hot drops. It's got 2 like autocannons out the side.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Autocannons are no
welcome.
fucking joke.
You are fucking welcome. Now, what's the bad news?
The bad news is it's in the spaceport in a hangar.
Wait, what?
What?
It's
Yeah,
in
I
like
mean,
the spaceport airport is all one big thing outside like the edge of the city.
But we have the keys to it.
I was
Yeah.
expecting much worse bad news.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, if you want to reach it unmolested, got to get going. Like,
We should. Autocannons are fucking really good.
all
I
right.
should give Paul autocannon arms.
That wouldn't work.
God damn it.
Even I'll stop somewhere.
Let's just craft Paul into the Black Hawk helicopter.
That would save so much time.
That would be
Okay.
great.
All right. Well, let's get rolling.
All right, let's get in this car. I'm totally unstable. Someone help me.
In the spirit of movement, the harness thing that we're talking about is that like +5 to agility rolls or something like that?
It just means you're not going to take a penalty. Like right now, I think your
Okay.
agility's pretty low, right?
Yeah, it's like 21.
All right. We're going to take that up to 25.
23. It's 23. So
In
we'll
that
just
case,
say
we're going to
plus
take
2.
it up to 27. 27, 20.
Okay.
Take it up to 28. We'll just do a nice even 5.
Sounds good.
And you
Okay.
aren't going to take like negatives for being old, so long as you have it on. Now, just be aware, shots to the torso are shockingly common. It is by
Yeah,
far the
yeah.
most normal place to be hit.
that's fine. That's fine.
So the
Okay,
chances
all
are
right.
low for it to get hurt and much less fried. We're going to treat this kind of like psychic phenomenon and then perils of the warp type thing, where if it gets hit, all right, it fizzles some. You're going to lose it for a little
Mhm,
bit.
yeah.
It's hit again. Chances are
fine.
worse. All right, so you guys good? Like, is there anything else at Smiley Base you're looking for? Anything you want to grab on the way out?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm good to go.
What about like those
Unused
sentry guns?
sword.
Those sentry guns that were at the tower. Can we like easily take one off and like attach it to the van?
Hey, they were auto guns, right?
Yeah, those things attached to the house, they're pretty affixed. It would take time
Okay.
for you to
That would take a lot of time.
detach them from
Alright,
the
no
house.
problem.
But I mean, you totally
I want to
could.
get to our vehicle. I want to get to our vehicle.
That's cool. Just a question.
Do we
All right,
still have?
so you-
Do we still have Hundo's sword?
I don't think you guys stopped off to get it. But if you recall, I'm going to bring up city map here. Just smiley base. You guys are on the same page as me right now?
Yep.
Okay, from what I recall, you guys and the spot. God damn it, who's moving the thing? Who's moving the LeSabre? You guys and the Spadre were up in that general area. Like the Cathedral District was top right up there. The Spadre was top left. The airport is out via the north. So it's kind of on the way. You could take that like northwestern arterial road out, grab whatever you needed from the Spadre and mourn the loss of Pam, and then get going.
Oh, Pam.
Pam.
Do we want to go up there or no?
Well, that's where we're going anyway, right?
Got to go out via the north exit, which is just like dead north.
Do we need the sword, or what's the reason for asking about the sword?
I was actually looking through when I was adding something to my gear list. I saw the sword on it, and I was like, nah, I don't know if I have that right now.
The sword was admittedly pretty fucking sweet.
It was pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys
there.
leave the drug operation there.
I am still holding. And I want to make this very clear because I never let it go. I still have 2 huge bags of money.
Oh
Huge
yeah, you
bag.
guys have money. And the Cybermastiff totally found the bags of drugs, but they didn't take them.
And the drugs are still here in the thing. So I am saying we take the drugs and we take the money and we continue to
Continue
Did you guys
our adventure of like drug lords, death world drug lords.
Did you guys see the fucking Instagram shit I sent of that White Dwarf issue?
Oh,
Maybe.
I sent I have all these old Games Workshop magazines, right? Which are awesome. And they have the battle reports and like all this stuff. And one of them was like, oh yeah, this is a battle report about like a Inquisitor who's gone rogue and like the Imperium is gonna execute him.
Oh.
It's-
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it was like, here's his rap sheet. And it was supposed to be like an exaggerated, like kind of tongue-in-cheek, funny rap sheet about like how bad this Inquisitor was. And I read it and it was like, we've done all of these things.
yeah, like weekly.
Like, this is
All
you're
right.
not allowed to do this.
All right, so you guys, I'm trying to move it slowly, but like, does that move for you guys too?
Yep.
Or only when I let go?
Yep.
Oh, because I'm like moving it pixel by pixel and pretty like just scooting along. All right, so nearer to the center, there's a bit more chaos. Bless you?
Yeah, it's a cough, but thanks.
It's cough, but whatever. There's still a lot of activity here. It looks like people are claiming territory left and right, but it's dying down now. You swing outwards, out here, out past the 16s. Thing is constrained to the grid, and pull up to old familiar Spadre.
Oh god.
But chaos is quiet. Spadre is quiet. You can hear somewhere in the back of your minds, like, guys, still.
Oh.
Too soon.
All right. Who's grabbing stuff?
I'm
Like,
popping right.
what's going on? Who's like? You guys wanted to grab shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to run in. I want to run into our old room. I want to see what's still there. I did grab.
Who's
I-
driving? I thought you were driving.
yeah, when I put it in fucking park and I pulled the e-brake on and I ran out.
Okay, well, I wasn't gonna be like the car rolls away. I wanted to get this straight with everybody.
With Paul in the back.
Yeah, Paul,
Hey,
you're
hey,
real
guys.
loopy.
Yeah, I didn't say I was
Just-
getting out or doing anything.
I have noted
Just
that I
for-
grabbed a bag of drugs from the Smiley base, and they're in the car, right?
Yeah. Just for fun, Paul, let's have you just roll on the hallucination table and give you like a really, really low dose equivalent. Whatever you roll.
Whatever's happening.
Oh yeah, just for fun.
Yeah. No, he's
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, if
funsies.
it's like bugs, you're just gonna be like, whoa, I feel like a bug's crawling. You're not gonna freak out. I
146.
just want to give your hallucinations a direction.
Paul, roll it. 1d10. I'm on the
Meanwhile-
page. Roll it.
1d10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kadofi runs upstairs to grab a bag of
Bye.
whatever.
I run up, and Paul in the back of the car says, "My hands." The character believes his hands have turned into slimy tentacles. Regardless of the
So he's-
particulars, the character drops everything he is carrying and spends the duration of his turn staring at his hands and screaming. The character is stunned.
And it's a little appropriate. So,
Wesley
why
makes a
don't you tell me-
beeline back to the van.
yeah,
Yeah,
why don't
it's
you
like,
think about what
I'll
you're
be
going to do?
back.
Because we're going to switch to Kadofi for just a second as he runs upstairs and throws open the old familiar door. And there's like the bags of stuff. All the stuff that you left is still there, just the same way you left it. You see Hundo's sword is there. You see like a bag of mangled flesh still there, oddly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Hundo's skin, which I think you guys took with you. Like
We
the
had it.
bag is tumbled open and Hundo's flayed and flattened face is
Ooh.
Creepy.
still there. Your
Gross.
Hundo rug is still looking at you accusatory.
Let's take it and use it as a flag.
I definitely grabbed the sword. There's way too much shit from the drug operation, and we already have some drugs in the car. So I have the sword. Fuck. Is there
All right,
anything
you
else?
have 10 seconds to decide what it is you're grabbing.
Oh shit!
Right,
Wait,
is
wait,
there
wait, wait,
anything
wait,
that's-
wait, wait. Sword and the fucking the fucking hard to get shit. The fucking leaf that
Skin.
grew. No, the leaf
Back-
that
back-
grew.
Okay.
back-
Back
Back
plate.
plate.
Get the skin.
Back
Skin,
root.
skin. Yeah, back root, skin, sword.
All right, so you grab the bag of bacca root, throw it over your shoulder. There's a sword. You just have your snake tentacle grab that, and you just like grab a fistful of hundo and run out the door. So you come like running down the steps, and it's like blah, 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 blah,
Like
down
throw
the
the
steps
Hundo
behind
face
you.
in the back seat.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
I see Hundo's
Right on the castle.
face.
Paul's on Obscura. And he sees Hundo's
He throws open the back door because the trunk is full of like armor and shit. He throws open the back door of the car, kind of tosses in the sword on the floor, throws the bag of bacca, and like hauls in Hundo's skin and like skin suit.
Oh my God, Hundo.
Paul is
It lands
tripping.
on, it lands on Paul.
Castle, you're so
He's like,
cold.
"Oh, acid."
Castle, you're so cold. Let me cover you.
Hundo, have you lost weight? You look different.
Oh man, Wesley, why don't you give me like a willpower test here?
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
I can't believe how numb you are to all this. It takes you by surprise.
failed
You
the
didn't
willpower
expect
test.
him to grab the rest of Hundo. You're a little bit shaken by the fact that his
never
skin is
know.
just
We might
draped
need
over
this.
you.
Let's make ours with it.
Yeah. Kind of like, ugh.
I think that
Ugh.
I think that that Paul is too tripping to be like, oh no. He's like, oh, my hands are like
He's like
covered in
poking Hundo's
face.
face with his tentacle fingers.
Oh my god.
40K. This is
Remember,
what's in the children's adventure book. They toss the skin of their deceased comrade into the car. All right,
Oh,
so
God.
off towards the aeropuerto you go. The gates are shut. It's a pretty simple thing for you guys to run up to one of the guard towers and like, really, there's only 2 buttons up there, like spotlight and gate. Blop. Gate creaks open. You can see really, really close by big gouts of dust spilling up the forest just beyond the airport. Gaddafi, what's the plan?
Oh shit! This on me.
I mean, you're driving.
So I'm gonna kind of turn to. I'm gonna turn to fucking ours and be like, where does this vehicle?
I've got the coordinates here on the data slate.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god!
I'm afraid to click on that. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck is that?
Why are you so obsessed with anime, Bushik?
Oh,
What?
jeez.
I was thinking something more along the lines of like,
Oh boy.
please let this
MIB.
Edgar, what's wrong with your face?
Sugar and water.
Yeah.
That's weird. I was just looking up MIB clips yesterday.
Yeah, I just sent one in.
Guys, my hands hurt.
This is my.
Bushik, I sent another one. Did you see it?
Oh my god. This is too much.
Oh, the Amagara fault, man.
Yeah, dude.
Messed up. All right. The spaceport airport thing is open because you need to have planes and spaceships to move around. But out from the tree line breaks just a number of vehicles, like fully Mad Max style. Just vehicles loaded for bear. Even from this distance, you can tell these things are not just like, it's not just out for Sunday drive. So you have the coordinates, you have a pretty general idea of which way you need to be going. But it looks like if you just go straight there, these things might intercept.
Question.
Yep.
We got all that stim around, right?
Yeah, I think you do.
Right? I mean, we
Well,
did.
It was
Kadoki
stem.
brought the.
We have tons
Yeah.
of stem in the back. Yeah.
So,
Kadofi, if I give some of this stim to Castle, will he be more useful to us?
It'll probably hurt him in the long run, but in the short term, it'll definitely be useful.
That's like the theme of the campaign.
Yep.
Probably a terrible idea in the long run, but who cares right now?
I would say give it to him to wake him up.
I'm still sick of that.
I'll leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me.
okay, so is it like a powder, a liquid, an injection? What are we dealing with here?
That's a great question,
Stim,
actually.
I
imagine
think
it was a
Stim's
powder.
an
Only 2 of them.
injection.
I've always pictured stim as like, a tiny, tiny needle that you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like slow-mo from Dread.
Yes, that's exactly what I picture it as.
I don't remember how.
I
Okay, so
picture it as a powder that you could also inject.
Paul pictures it as a drug called cocaine. That's
Yes.
illegal, by the way.
Yes.
Actually, probably is honest. If we're being honest, the authors probably meant cocaine.
I mean,
Probably.
it kind of does.
What?
Anyway, they what?
So-
They inject me?
Yeah, you guys.
Paul.
He gets injected.
Paul,
And,
Paul,
like-
what's your Bushik? What's the verdict here? Is it an injection?
Yeah, we're gonna go with injection.
Okay, so Wesley's going to take 2 of the stim vials and just hold them. He's not going to inject yet, but he's going to just like basically have them over Castle's thigh in the event that hell breaks loose.
Okay.
Wait, so if hell breaks loose, you're gonna give me more stim?
No, you're an
Yes.
obscure.
Well, you haven't had
right
any
now,
yet.
Paul.
1, 2,
Yeah, you haven't had any
1,
yet.
4. 1.
I
Dan,
declare a
give me a
thumb
1d100. 35 is actually. So one of the vehicles from way far off is just, you're not entirely sure if he's just exerting dominance or firing at you, but you hear the far off chatter of a machine gun. Give me a perception check all around.
Holy shit, a machine gun.
Let's just start throwing stim at them.
Yeah, dude, you remember like the dragons?
Well, I do remember them.
You want to know a good way for somebody like that to make a lot of money? Armored transport. Through the... Whoa, Wesley.
Yeah, that's right.
Wesley, why don't you give me a D100?
100 Ds coming up.
Oh, that's a lot of Ds.
happening.
Oh,
Oh, goddamn.
Wow.
Beautiful work, Wesley.
the night of 7.
You are completely focused. Like, so you've got these things ready, and in that, you're waiting for... Man. You're staring at this line of vehicles, making a beeline towards the city. And you see the guy in the lead. It's just like 2 machine guns on the top of like a flatbed truck. And you watch as they're like brah, 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 firing in the air. And they swing their guns now that the coast is clear. Firing lines are totally clear towards the people chasing them, and just they're holding it down. You see bits of dust and debris start flying up. Vehicles are swerving. Some of them are flipping as these guys open fire on their potential rivals.
Okay, great.
Gaddafi,
All right, so
give me
I'm going to lean forward and yell at Kadofi.
Kadofi, keep driving. They're not firing at us.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive casual. Just keep our as much as I head down can as I'm driving.
All right, why don't you give me a, what is the driving roll again?
So I'm not that great at
Land
driving.
navigation or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's agility.
Pilot vehicle land?
Navigation is intelligence or perception? That's kind of weird, but navigate and operate are different things. Operate, I think, is actually driving.
Oh, this would be operate. Navigate is like, it's that way.
Yeah, it's like looking at a map to find your place.
Land nav is hard, you guys.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, dude, Paul, it's
Oh, dude.
like a more official technical.
It's those are for lower class people. This is an upper class technical.
Whoa, Bronny.
I didn't.
All right,
say
would you
it.
just make your operate roll, Bronny?
All right.
I don't know.
I nailed it no matter what.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
you as nonchalantly as you can pull your very expensive vehicle out of the potential line of sight and line of fire of these guys, as just like as they clear the tree line, bedlam, rockets, plasma rounds, auto guns, boom, 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 boom. The truck in the lead takes a hit to the tire, starts to skid out of control. People are offloading off of vehicles and running towards ships left and right.
It's chaos.
Chaos. There's a bunch of hangars in front of you. So there's 2 hangars. Dan. Intelligence.
Where you at, intelligence? Oh, fate point, that shit.
A 9 out of 33. The coordinates line up. You know it's the one closest to the fence. So you direct Kadofi just like, up there, that hangar. So you pull up to there's like a human-sized door for the hangar as well as like the big hangar doors here. All right. So somebody who's getting out? Is anybody staying in the car? You grabbing stuff out of the car? What's happening?
Are we parked? Are we like? Have we
Yeah,
reached our destination? Okay.
How big is the
Up to the
transport?
front of the-
Like, can we like drive the car into the back of the transport?
You don't know yet. You're still outside the hangar.
All right.
Okay, so somebody's
All
got to
of my
go in
video
and open
feed.
up the giant hangar doors.
Huh?
Ours, we need to get the hangar doors open.
All right, I got it. We'll need my key to get them open. Cover me while I go over there.
Ours grabs the keys, runs through the human-sized door, which is already open, and goes to like look for the means to open the like hangar door. A perception check. Well, the rest of you are doing.
I'm making sure we've got our distance from the bedlam and waiting to give Castle this double dose of stim.
Ooh, Dan. Oh no, that was Paul rolling a 39 out of 4. That's Paul rolling.
That was me.
I rolled a 17.
Wow, nice. All right, so you run in this place, and despite the fact that it's dark, like it's pretty obvious, like the big green button, right? You
Smack.
slap it, fully expecting to have to use your keys, but no go. Doors start to slide, groan open. Wesley, you see the people outside. The bedlam is still erupting, but somebody seems to have gotten wind of what's happening over here as they swerve your direction. Kadofi, what are you doing?
I'm not sure. So I'm like ripping up. So I'm driving forward, and then all this stuff starts happening, and everyone's jumping out.
Yep.
Do I see the what this vehicle looks like? Like,
Actually, you're the one with the keys, so we're gonna go like. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, sure enough, there's a couple of vehicles in here. Most of them are the same type. What's up?
I'd like to look into the hangar and just like look for the blinking light on
Smart.
like the tail light on the chopper. If
I
there
mean,
is one.
it's easy enough for you to locate. This thing
Okay,
is.
so I'm gonna
thing is not
like
pulling any
grab,
punches.
I'm gonna grab Kadofi's chair and just be like,
Take us over to that one.
I'm just following.
Kadofi over to the vehicle. It is not big enough to house your vehicle inside it, especially weighed down as it is. It's strictly a personnel transport. There is a vehicle in here that could potentially transport your vehicle, your like car full of stuff, and there is a vehicle here that could serve as a really severe gunship. You've already got the keys to the middle ground. The choice is yours whether you want to go for these other things.
Oh shit. Okay, so I see what he's doing here. All right, so we have our gunship with 2 auto guns.
we also have a group of armed dudes bearing down on us at a high rate of speed.
2-minute
Oh,
timer
Less
has
than
been
2
started.
minutes. I say we take what we have keys for and just get the fuck out.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yep.
It's got
Yeah.
auto cannons. Bushing said it had auto cannons, and those aren't to fuck
We
with.
can always come back.
Especially if we need to take a couple moments to transfer.
Dude, fuck the
Stuff.
car. Fuck the car. Jump out. Throw
Or-
fucking
or
drugs and money in the
We
car.
get in there with the auto guns, take up to the ground, shoot the dudes that are coming towards us, then land, and we can get another
Yeah,
vehicle.
yeah. Let's get in the good vehicle we have the keys for and fucking let's go.
Yep.
Agree.
Get
Okay.
into the air.
You grabbing shit out of the car?
I'm grabbing fucking Weasley, you wanted Hundo's sword. It's right there. Grab the drugs. I'll grab the money.
I'm gonna help grab
Oh
Grab
shit!
Paul.
Fucking forgot about Paul.
I'm limping and I'm bringing Hundo's skin with me.
Ours is it?
Carrying
So
it
he's
like
still
a
we made a
clutching
decision. We made a
Hondo's
decision.
face. Yep,
We made a
you're
decision.
good.
Okay.
Okay, so you drag Paul at a castle out of there. He's clutching the skin of Hundo, just still like eyes are unfocused, pupils are large. As you pull him into the essentially Black Hawk helicopter. Kadofi, are you driving this thing?
I'm going to run up to the cockpit, sit down, scream, "Oh, Gene!" and start plugging in my dreadlocks wherever there's a fucking, I don't even know what the word is called, USB receiver.
I mean, there are ports for this sort of thing, and these are usually meant to be piloted by server.
yeah, so I'm trying my best. Give me the best test I can here. Thank God I have a fate point
This is
left.
going to be a tech use roll for you.
Yes.
Nice roll.
You've got the keys. This thing trusts
Nailed it.
you.
Even with the
Say
minus
your
20
little-
that passed, by the way.
Yeah, so you roll into this plug. Machine spirit aboard. Turbines start spinning. This thing's starting to make a lot of noise. As it makes a lot of noise, more and more vehicles are noticing that the hangars are open. These are ripe for the taking. That closest vehicle has started to pull up. There's no mounted turret on it, but they're like pulling up to near your vehicle here. What's the word? Everybody's inside. Everything's loaded.
Shoot him.
Yeah,
Taking
fucking
off
open
it.
fire. Man.
Someone get on those autocannons.
Okay.
Kadofi's gonna turn around and scream, "Someone get on the autocannons!"
Wesley, I got this one. You get the other one.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah,
Bush, I do
okay.
need a quick. Is this like a Black Hawk, which has its weapons out the side? Or
Yes. Yeah.
all right, so someone who's not the pilot has to be on the autocannons.
I mean, there's
yeah.
two of them, so it has to be me and Wesley because Paul's
Yeah, indisposed.
indisposed.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys man the side cannons as you start pulling forward. Like it raises up that moment of weightlessness. Tilt vehicle forward. Start to inch it out of the hangar here. I'm going to make a roll. 77 is worse for you guys as the people from the vehicle unload and ignoring your like fancy Baron or what it was start to take shots. You pow, 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 with their handheld weapons. They have things like they don't have whatever the autoguns are. 66 is not good enough to hit anybody, but you can see and you hear the bink 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 of bullets hitting the fuselage. When you pull out a little bit farther, Dan and Kyle, give me 1d100 rolls. Lower roll wins. It's ours. They're on your side as you pull out from the open hangar. Choice is yours to open fire or let it be.
Shooting all the dudes.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Give me your mirror test here.
What would that be?
Ballistic skill?
Ballistic skill check.
Oh my god.
What do you roll?
I'm using my last fate.
Tell
point.
me you have fate.
I do. Last one.
Oh God.
Ah, god damn it.
Good.
Guy can't.
All right,
fucking
so I
figure
mean,
it out.
this is an unfamiliar. You're an accountant, for God's sake. So you like swing this barrel over to them, pull the trigger, fully expecting. Yep. Swing the barrel over to them, fully expecting this thing to just obliterate whatever's under it. This is an autocannon, and you're not ready for the recoil on this thing. After the first shot, it trashes their vehicle. This thing just climbs skyward with such a ferocity. You're not even sure what to. You like lose your footing. Your legs are splayed out like this underneath the pylon that holds it up. It's kind of embarrassing for you.
I got it, guys. You guys got it.
What?
Wesley's gonna look at that and
The
just be like,
vehicle
"Uh-oh,
pulls out,
uh-oh."
takes up off into the sky towards Central City. I have to think. All right, boys, you've got a bag of drugs, the skin of a dead man, a sword, a trippin' cyborg, an old man in a gravity dispenser, an accountant on the guns, and a mad medic. Things couldn't be better.
Hold on, wait. I have the perfect link for Dan really fast. This is Dan.
Oh, yeah. The gun that just like.
Oh my god.
Before we quit today, what's the plan for next week? Are you going to try and set down at the tower? Are you going to try and set down nearby?
I want to sit down at the tower.
So the
Yeah,
tower
I
really
would
is
say-
like the main point of focus here.
I'm talking about the tower of the city of Destinar. Or are we talking about the one, the abandoned one out in the middle of the fucking jungle?
We're
Fuck
talking
that
about
shit.
the one in the center of the continent.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going there. That's where we're going.
Oh, fuck you, madman. Okay, sure, whatever.
Well, if we go to the
Oh,
other
fuck
one,
you,
then we're,
madman.
we're sure to be met by the Scooby Gang, who are armed to the teeth. That's why
No,
we're going
oh,
to this.
they're, the Scooby Gang is going to be at the one at Destinar, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
yep.
nobody's crazy enough to go to the one at the center of the continent.
Okay, let's go to the center. Yep, let's go to the center. We still have our money on drugs. Surely they can be reasoned with.
All right, boys. We actually made forward progress. It's a banner night.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe it.
Wait, we can't leave yet. Bronny's
Let us
not being
do-
yelled at.
Let us
I'm
do our
not-
very damnedest to, at 8 p.m., fire up next week because we gotta get rolling.
We got a good one next week. I feel it. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Bye. It's
Oh,
way past
man.
my bedtime. It's 10:01. Bye.
We didn't even Cam.
I know we didn't get angry Biggie Cam.
I feel robbed.
Let me-
Yeah, absolutely robbed.
All right,
Bronny,
let me see if I can.
make orc noises real quick. Come on.
Hold on.
What does it sound of? How does an orc gun sound?
There's no way I'm gonna actually do anything like unironically. She'd kill me. Let me see this. Biggie. Hey, the guys want to see you be mad. Can you be mad? Are you feeling up to it?
Doesn't count.
Biggie.
I'm waiting for her to just come up like a baseball bat. Like, just...
All right, let's see what
I will
happens.
not-
The door's opening. The door's opening. She's walking.
I will not accept manufactured
She's walking
anger.
in. She's looking really mean.
Turn your camera.
She turned the
oh,
light
dude,
off.
lights out means stop talking.
She's doing like the don't do this fucking shake her head face.
Okay, all right.
she
I'm
closed the
abandoning
door.
ship. I'm just gonna like, I'm pulling the
Yeah.
eject lever on this one.
I
I'm
gotta
out.
go.
See you, dude.
Good.